A icy dread coiled around my heart, the sour stench of decay and sulfur burned my nostrils, and a low, guttural cry, raw and tormented, ripped from my throat as the room darkened with writhing shadows that seemed alive. I turned away from God, and this is what happened. When a hooded figure appeared at my bedside, its eyes glowing with a malevolent hunger, and a voice, mine yet not mine, whispered promises of power in the night, my soul fractured into a whirlwind of guilt, forbidden temptation, and a nauseating realization that I'd invited something unholy. This secret, a twisted abyss of regret, betrayal, and a darkness that pursues me, dragging me through nights of fevered visions and sweat-drenched terror, has annihilated my spirit. Don't look away, this isn't just any story. It's a harrowing confession where emotions have consumed me, revelations will chill your marrow, and the truth will shadow me to my end. I'm a woman ensnared by my own choices, marked by a descent that defies salvation, something others might call a pact with the damned. Follow me. This tale seizes you, holds you captive until the last heartbeat, and shatters everything you believe about faith, sin, and the lurking evils beyond. I live in a crumbling house in Salem, where the musty scent of old wood blends with the faint metallic tang of rusted crosses and the sour whiff of extinguished candles, surrounded by torn prayer books and cryptic notes scattered across a warped table. I'm 62, a former choir singer whose voice once lifted hymns, now hoarse with fear and trembling with the weight of my past, my mind a chaos of fading devotion and creeping dread. For 30 years, I've been with my sister, Margaret, a 65-year-old seamstress whose gentle faith once steadied me, but her growing concern and my spiraling doubt have widened a gulf between us. Then it began, the first doubt, a whisper of rebellion and a pull toward a freedom I couldn't resist. My friend, Pastor Jane, cautioned me, her voice quaking with warning, but that doubt was a flame I fed. It was a stormy night in September, the air thick with rain, pierced by the howl of wind and the pungent smell of wet earth seeping through the cracks, mingled with the groan of the house's sagging beams. Margaret was at church, the house cloaked in a suffocating silence, and I sat by the fireplace, clutching a forbidden book. I turned away from God, and this is what happened. A searing pain gripped my chest, and my hands, as if driven by an unseen force, traced symbols on the floor in ash until blood dripped from my fingers. I froze, panic locking my breath, blood roaring in my ears. A voice, mine yet alien, promised strength, and a shadow pulsed in the flames. Was it real? I was left alone, heart racing, a sense of violation and terror overwhelming me, an echo of damnation that wouldn't fade. The next day, I was undone. The house's silence pressed down like a curse, the wet earth sent a bitter stain on my skin. I couldn't face Margaret, her soft prayers were a blade cutting me, her breathing a cruel mockery of my torment. The woman in the mirror, a stranger, eyes hollowed with guilt and fear, soul quaking under an unbearable weight. I found blood on the floor, and a note in my jagged script, they've claimed me. Whose will was this? Margaret's worry deepened, had she seen the marks? Would she cast me out? I tried to speak, my voice trembling like fragile reeds, but her faith was a wall. You're lost, she said, and my heart sank. Did she know? My mind was a tempest of horror. 15 days later, the first blow struck. An anonymous letter, ink smeared like blood, slipped under the door, we feel your fall. Silence, or they'll take you. My blood ran cold, a shiver slicing through me, hands quaking uncontrollably. Someone was watching. Who? I checked the windows, all locked, yet the house's shadows seemed to writhe, hissing threats. I confronted Pastor Jane at the chapel, hands shaking under the stained glass, the chill biting my skin. What's following me? I whispered, voice fractured with terror. She paled, eyes wide. You've opened a door, she murmured. Was she hiding something? My fear surged. I retaliated cautiously, leaving cryptic signs, and whispers began to spread. Then another blow, sudden and savage. A second letter, tucked in a Bible, ask Father Daniel. He knows the pact. Father Daniel? My pulse raced. Father Daniel, my former priest, always solemn. I contacted him, a pretext, the lie heavy. We met in the rectory, the incense smell choking, mingled with the sharp edge of dread. He fidgeted, clutching a rosary. I didn't want this, he muttered. Your doubts, they summoned it. Shock crashed over me. What did I unleash? The world tilted. Had I cursed myself? And the letters? He denied writing them, his eyes flickering with guilt. Who then? My mind screamed. Desperation consumed me. I called Father Daniel, voice a scream that shook the walls. What did I summon? What's haunting me? I yelled, raw and jagged. He paused, then whispered, a presence, to test your soul. A lie. He'd known. The letters pursued me. I found a link to Deacon Paul, a church aide, his journals cryptic. Was he involved? I met him in a cemetery, rain soaking my face. He confessed, tense, I wrote them, scared of Daniel. I wanted to warn you, he whispered, eyes wet. He's hiding a ritual. I froze, heart pounding. But it worsened, far worse. I spoke to Margaret. She blanched. I found Paul's journals, she said, voice breaking. Daniel performed something. I was annihilated. I try to heal with her, but it's fragile. With Paul, I seek forgiveness. Today, I rise. But a question lingers, what's the ritual? Maybe I'll never know. I'm stronger than the fear. Fear is human, courage from truth. Don't ignore the signs. Choices save you. What I endured wasn't honor, but the woman I become is. Thanks for listening. If it moved you, like, subscribe, and tell me, what would you have done?